This is Stephen Nelson, this is Full Time Devils, and this is your full-time match reaction. Manchester United have beaten Leicester 3-0. I don't even know where to start. When was the last time we put a load of goals like that and a performance like that where it actually genuinely meant something in the Premier League where it counts? It feels like it's a long time. I can't remember off the top of my head when we last did that, but it was an excellent performance from Manchester United. A real excellent performance. I like the way that we started with 4-4-2. I like the way that Jose is thinking about starting with 4-4-2 at least, and how he's evolving this formation. We saw him start with a 4-2-3-1 at the start of the season. That quickly changed into a 4-3-3 when we started to accommodate Carrick, Herrera and Pogba. Today we started with a 4-4-2, which tells me that he's not set in his ways. He's like, yeah, I'm open and flexible to seeing what works. And then what we saw from Jose was a move back into 4-2-3-1 with Rashford put out onto the left-hand side, Mkhitaryan brought into the middle. Mkhitaryan, in my head, I feel like the way Mkhitaryan dribbles with the ball, I want to see him out on the right-hand side with Mata on the inside, because I feel like that would suit them better. But actually, Mata coming in late as that guy on the right-hand side and Mkhitaryan running through the middle, it works. It just works. Mkhitaryan isn't blisteringly quick like, say, Rashford is, but he's got this glide to his run. He's got such an efficiency of his movement. He's so very Ryan Giggs-ish, if you know what I mean. Very Ryan Giggs-ish, where he's so light on his feet. He can change direction. He's an excellent dribbler of the ball. And we saw with how well he took his goal today. Once he gets in behind the defence, shut it down. It's over. If you're a defender in the Premier League now and you've got to mark Mkhitaryan and he comes through one-on-one with a goalkeeper, take him out, because nothing else is going to happen apart from him putting the ball in the back of the net. I thought he was man of the match today. I thought he was pivotal to everything that we did in that final third. Shout out to the defence. I thought Chris Smalling looked good, especially early on in the game. But they didn't really have much to do. The midfield actually really worked today. Herrera and Pogba, they sat either side. They both sort of kept the same sort of position. And defensively, at least, they did what they needed to do. And I thought it was a good performance from Manchester United. Leicester, they're 1 point above relegation zone now, and I think they are going to be in trouble. But take nothing away from Manchester United, because we've just gone to the home of the champions. Regardless of how they're doing this season, they're going to bounce back at some point. They might not bounce back and come into the top 10 in the league, but they will bounce back. There is a quality to them, and we didn't even give them an opportunity today. We passed it with purpose. We passed it low. We kept it on the ground. We played football, and we beat them at football. Really impressed with Jose Mourinho's adaptability. I didn't think he had that in him. I thought he was quite set in his ways in terms of the formations that he wanted to play and the style that he wanted the team to play. Really don't see that from Manchester United at the moment. Really don't see that from Manchester United. Really impressed with it. Zlatan got his 20th goal of the season. 15 in the Premier League now. 20 in all competitions. He's the oldest player to get that since whenever the last old person was. I only saw half the record. I forgot. He's the first striker that we've had to hit 20 since Robin van Persie got 30 in our title-winning season in 2013. That shows you how poor United have been in the meantime, but it also shows you how good Zlatan has been for us. And if only it had been 2% better, we might not be sitting. It's still in 6th place. We've gone from 6 to 6, but the difference is, at the start of this little run, Liverpool were miles ahead of us. Spurs were miles ahead of us. City were miles ahead of us. Arsenal sit now, I think, 2 points ahead of us. Liverpool 1 point ahead of us. That's one cock-up. That is one cock-up from them. It shows how much we've cocked up by not taking our chances in previous games. Hull last weekend being a major one. We would be level on points now with Arsenal and above Liverpool if we'd have just took our points in that game, let alone the 9 other draws that we've had this season. That shows how tight the Premier League is going to be this season. I feel quite confident, but I do have a little bit of a nagging thing at the back of my mind where I think Europa League's going to come back and it might hurt us. Jose's utilising his squad at the moment. Anthony Martial seems to be missing out, and people are losing their shit because a couple of newspaper articles come out and said that there's some sort of rift. There's no evidence of a rift whatsoever. None. No evidence whatsoever. Even his agent is coming out and saying he's happy. So why is people writing these bullshit articles about there being a rift between Mourinho and Martial? Now, Mourinho's a stubborn guy. So if everyone's saying him to play somebody, I think the guy inside him goes, don't tell me what to do. I'm the manager of this team, and what I say goes. So I think that people begging for Martial to start now are probably actually hurting Martial's chances of getting a game. Because I think Jose Mourinho is more likely to go the other way and be like, no one tells me what to do. I am the boss of this team, I am the manager of this team, and what I say goes. And when you've got Marshall coming out, when you've got Mkhitaryan scoring goals, Mata got a goal today after putting a couple of easy finishes away or over the bar, then there's going to be another argument next week. The fact that I didn't bring him on late in the game doesn't mean anything. We've got a lot of football to play between now and the end of the season. I don't think there's anything going on with Marshall and Jose Mourinho whatsoever. Nothing at all. I think it's all paper talk, and I wouldn't buy into it in the slightest. Listen to what he says. He needs to listen to his agent and not me. Has Marshall got an attitude problem? I don't think so. I think he's probably a good trainer. He's quite miserable, but I don't think that means he's got an attitude problem. I think he's just got one of those resting miserable faces. I don't think there's a problem at all between Jose Mourinho and Anthony Marshall. And if there is, then that's up for Mourinho to sort it, not for everyone to start crying about it online. Just because he said he was going to play if he played well. Maybe he changed his plans last minute because maybe it's a good thing that a manager keeps the opposition manager guessing what the team's going to do. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Everyone's saying free Tony. Moo quite indecisive. Cobby, what do you mean by him being indecisive? He did the same thing with De Bruyne. I think it's different with De Bruyne, in all honesty. I don't think you can compare the two. Zlatan was cool at the end. Yep, I would agree with that. Marshall needs to prove himself on the pitch, says Paul. I would agree with that as well. I think Marshall hasn't come into the team and been absolutely undeniable, has he? He's done all right. And like Jose said in his press conference himself, just listen to what Jose says in a press conference. He says he didn't take his chance with both hands, which means he didn't just completely own it like, this is mine, do one. The opportunity is there for him to do that. There's other players that need games. Rashford needs games. Rashford hadn't, up until the last couple of weeks, Rashford hadn't started that many games for Manchester United. And people are begging for Rashford to be given an opportunity. He's not going to give him an opportunity as a number 9 without seeing how he does on the left-hand side. He's simply not going to do that, especially when you've got Zlatan ahead of him. So relax. He's using his squad. We've been complaining that he might be running everybody into the ground. There's a lot of football. We are in every competition still. Every competition, think of that. We've still got the Premier League, still got Europa League, still got the FA Cup, and we've got the final of the AFL Trophy. We are still in every single club. He's using his squad. No sign of Lingard today. Has he fell out with Lingard? No sign of Bastian Schweinsteiger today. Has he fell out with Bastian Schweinsteiger? Rooney supposedly ill. Or maybe Jose's fell out with him. Or maybe he's using his squad. We haven't seen Tuanzebe since he's made his debut. Has he fell out with him? Stop buying what the papers are saying when they say there's a rift. They're just trying to create some bullshit. Marshall's played better than Rashford every time he's played. What the fuck? Maybe he has, and I think he has. I think he's probably been marginally better at what he's been trying to achieve. But maybe that's why Jose thinks he needs to be rotated in and out. Maybe he thinks that he's got Marshall playing where he needs him. Maybe he needs to give minutes and game times to the others to get them up to that level. Kobe says, the reason is he's got to keep the winning team. Yeah, maybe. Average game by Pogba again. I have to disagree. I thought it was a good game by Pogba. I thought Pogba was one of the most influential on the pitch. I thought Pogba, Herrera and Antonio Valencia ran that midfield. I thought they kept it passing nicely. You get your chances, and we took our chances. I thought it was a really good performance from Manchester United. What do you want from Pogba? I don't understand what you want from Pogba for people to say he had a good game. The people need to be seeing Pogba dribble past 5 people, bury it into the top corner and start dabbing. Is that what you need? I thought he had a good game. Lukaku is much better than Zlatan, a lot more clinical. This season, yes, I don't think that's been true in previous seasons. Pogba was great today, says Pranish. I agree. Where was Chadwick? Oh, hang on. Why is that going like that? Hope Rojo's not injured. No, I think Rojo's been decent. Pogba was very smart on the ball today, controlled the game with Herrera. Exactly. I don't know where people are coming up with that Pogba wasn't great today. I have no idea. Herrera is so much like Scholes. I'll dial it back a little bit. There's a lot of differences between Scholes and Herrera. Why Young and not Marshall? Why not? He's using his squad. We're paying Young 100 odd a week, aren't we? You might as well get some game time out of him. Maybe he's keeping Rashford dry for now, and then he'll be doing whatever. Zlatan needs to stay up top. I would agree on that, actually. I don't like how deep Zlatan comes. I like that he operates in between the lines when he's got someone that can run beyond him, but I think he does it just a little bit too much. Pogba played calm. Yep, I agree on that. Team so far should keep it. Best team so far should keep it. I think we can improve on this still. I mean, where's Luke Shaw? Why is nobody kicking off about Luke Shaw? The same thing is happening with Luke Shaw. Maybe We just got to trust in the manager. Maybe we do. Yeah, maybe we do. Herrera passes back way too much. Do you know who else passed it back all the time? Roy Keane. How about chill? Keep possession rather than give away a risky pass. That's why some people think Steven Gerrard was a good footballer, because he would launch these ridiculous balls into no one. 5 of them would go out for a goal kick, and 5 of them would go to someone else and they'd be like, oh, magic. No, keep hold of the ball. The other team can't score while you've got the ball. Simple as that. Marshall has resting bitch face. Yeah, he does. Mkhitaryan, man of the match. Did you see his goal? Of course I've seen his goal. United to win the Capital One Cup. I think we're going to win it. Zlatan's build-up play with distribution was very good. I agree on that one as well. Bailly is a beast. I would agree on that. Could we have scored? We could have scored more goals easily. Do you know what? I agree on that one too. I think we could have scored 5. We could have scored 6. We had the opportunities to really rack up some goal difference today, didn't we? 3 goals isn't bad though. 2 goals so quickly at the end of the first half effectively killed the game. Leicester didn't know what to do, and we didn't really have to push so hard in the second half. But very good game. Someone keeping saying 6. Listen, all you little nugget opposition fans, we are not going to finish 6th. We are not going to be staying in 6th for very long. In fact, I would say we will be top 4 by the end of this month, if not the first week of March. How about that? Huh? Been designed. What the hell is this guy on about? Someone talking about investments in here. Dude, sling it. Who do I think will take on the number 7 shirt? I don't care. It doesn't matter. Hopefully we keep winning, says Swish. Oh, of course. We have to keep winning. And we have to keep the pressure on those above us. City was very fortunate today. I don't know if anybody saw the Manchester City game. In injury time, pulling a winner out of the bag. That's what we've been unable to do in all of these draws. They was very, very fortunate because they was shite for that last half an hour. Next week will be 5th or 4th. I didn't see the name, unfortunately, but we could be. I think Tottenham play Spurs, and if that's a draw, then I think we go above Spurs. And I think if Arsenal don't get a win and they're playing Hull, and Hull's resurgence, I think Hull can get a draw at home. If Hull can get a draw at home against Arsenal, I think we can go above them. I think they're 2 points. They might have a better goal difference than us, but level on points. How about start piping up, eh? Was it 4-4-2 today, says Connor Roberts? It was for maybe the first 25 minutes or so, and we wasn't really getting much foothold in midfield. And then we switched it up to 4-2-3-1. Someone saying calm down in the comments. Don't tell me what to do, son. What are my thoughts about this Marshall story? I've said it enough. It's bullshit. Stop buying into it. It's the press trying to make rifts where there isn't rifts. What are my thoughts on Juan Mata? In what sense? Tottenham play Spurs. Did I say Tottenham play Spurs? Tottenham play Liverpool is what I meant to say. You know what I mean. Bailly had an excellent game today. I would agree on that one. We need a clinical finisher. I don't think we're going to get one. But what we need is goals from the rest of the pitch. Pogba needs to start chipping in with goals. Herrera needs to start chipping in with goals. Today we got goals from the wide men a little bit, but we also need goals from midfield. So I think we do. Best Premier League right back, Tony Valencia. Again, I think there's a little bit more needs to come from Tony Valencia, but Tony Valencia does look fantastic at the moment. Where's Luke Shaw? He's not playing, is he? That's the one. He's still working hard. Let's just leave him to it. Are Rooney's days over? They're not over, but I think that him being a starter is probably unlikely for now, I think. Not clinical enough. Well, we was pretty clinical today. We haven't been clinical enough in the past. Am I ever happy? I am happy right now. Listen, you don't come... We're not Arsenal Fan TV, aren't we? We don't be like... I'm not going to come on here and be like, we're going to win the league! Because that's ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. And if we don't win, it'll be like, we're going to get relegated! You don't see that. We're level-headed and we analyse what's going on in front of us properly, rather than just giving you cliche after cliche, over-the-top reactions. Let's think about these things necessary. We're going to get above Liverpool in the next couple of matches because of who they've got to play. They're going to drop points. Manchester United could drop points, but we've just got to stay consistent and we're going to get there. We're going to finish inside the top 4. All these little muppets just saying 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. You're going to have to start thinking about a new insult, lads, because we're going to be above you very soon. Anyway, that's going to be doing it for me. Make sure to keep it locked to Full Time Devils. We've got all the fan cams from Leicester coming, so make sure you look out for those, and we will see you in a bit. Laters.